Well, hello everyone and welcome back. You rejoin us somewhere over South Wales. We're still in the A318, we're still sort of chuntering along here. You can see below us that is South Wales, that you can see. No idea what airfield that is, I'm sure someone can tell me. In fact, I know how to find this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our arrival into London, so stand by whilst I quickly get that up in front of me. That'll do, and zap. So in terms of our arrivals into London town, obviously this is the airfield, so we, I think by default we take one of the 2728 stands on East Apron. However, in terms of our approaches, we are going to be coming in via Cyric. So what I would probably like to do is Cyric and then onto the ILS 09er. Apologies. So, sorry. Cyric, yeah, Cyric 1 to approach. So ILS 27. So, actually, sorry. Let's check our weather. Let's start with that one, eh? Let's quickly do this whilst I do this. EGLC METAR. So the METAR for City is showing winds out of 090 at 12, so straight down at 09, so do an ILS 09 approach. So we'll do a, I think what makes sense here is a Jacko, no, LCY2, no, we'll just go, yeah, we'll just do this one, so add that to our route. So that now makes sense for our arrival. Coming on to the final approaches. In terms of things to note on the ILS, obviously it's a 5.5 degree approach path, so we'll pop a bit of air brake out and that's how we'll manage it. We've not got the proper steep approach, but we'll figure that all out. And then we come into City. 1.15.092. Alright. Please, for the love of God, work. Stand by. Alrighty, we're back. So the aircraft's just doing some sort of manoeuvres here. I think we've just changed air pressure. In my defence, I should have done that. Anyway, so in the cockpit, what we'll do is start preparing our arrival. So we set from Cyric. Well, it's from Cyric because it's going to be an arrival onto an ILS 09er via a Cyric 1 Charlie. And we're not doing a transition, so I'll just insert that. Go into the flight plan page. Yeet the discontinuity. Insert that. And work our way around. And that gives us the full approach. So that's now going to calculate a decent top of descent. Which... oh, this is fun. So it's currently 33.3. I mean, it's basically 18,000 at Cyric. This is a fun concept, isn't it? I think we're past the top of drop, basically. Also, I revised our cruise level down to 35,000 because the aircraft wasn't climbing, quite frankly. What we'll do is that. No. Sure, whatever. The aircraft's just going to start descending for 18,000, which is probably a bit slow, but shush. Right, let's just go to vertical speed mode and go 1,200 feet per minute. We'll just trim it so it lands at the right place at the right time. So I'm just double checking because basically the steep approach button is sort of in this sort of area, and it's just basically tells the aircraft it's doing a steep approach. Triple confirming we don't have one on here. Nope. Wonderful. Okay. So that's a fun concept. And the aircraft's just making no attempt to follow our speed controls at all, which we're quite fans of. I just tell it to altitude hold for now. Finally starting to recover it, and we'll set it back to 1,200 feet per minute. This is a crap autopilot. Yeah, because it's doing 2,000 feet per minute, which I know is too fast. You know what, we'll just level off it here and then just descend. Right, I'll see you guys when we're sort of closer to the Kent coast where we'll start our turn back in. Alrighty folks, so about 30 miles from the centre fix 409, it's at City now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to probably descend at about the 30 mile mark on the button, down to 2,000 feet, get us down nice and early, and then slow us down. In fact, we're due over that 1426, 7 minutes. Cool. Yeah, I've got a plan. So, what we'll do is I'll just scroll this down to 2,000. Not so start my descent yet. The aircraft is still in out of hold mode, but I'm going to VS it down. The aircraft is, the logic on this autopilot is scuffed as fuck, but I don't care, it works. Yeah. Cool, bring it out to 40 mile range, so you can see it's a sharp turn in, so I'm going to extend slightly out, so we actually go with the centre fix, and then I line up on there, and then we can do our missed approach as required. One thing I've sort of decided in the meantime, we're committing at 500 feet, and that will be regardless of what's going on the ground, regardless of if we're in a place where we could theoretically land. That is just to guarantee us, basically to make sure we are nice and stable on the way in. This doesn't do landing performance. Cool, cool, cool. Does this work? Not really. Cool. So, other thing to be done, I guess, auto brakes to medium. Now, I've been sort of thinking about how we're going to do this approach manoeuvre. As you can see, we get in quite quickly. I am going to hike out the speed brake so that we are holding approach speed plus 10 with speed brake out, and then we'll start the descent. So, so with power in. So it basically means that we're powering down the approach, but it just means we've got a bit more ability to control our airspeed on the way downhill, because it's a very steep approach into city, and that's sort of as close to representing the aircraft in real life as I can. Lovely little bit of cloud we're going into. Like I say, we'll break off at about sort of there and start our descent downhill. Right, 2,000 feet. We'll go 1,500 feet per minute. Zip. 1,500. Plane going down. I will put the ILS on because, yeah, that has now got a reading. That's good. And what we'll do is we'll turn yours to the ILS page. Oh no, it's the repeater of the same gauge, so we won't have the ILS screen on. That is fine. So we've set 974 in. What was our METAR for city? 983. Transitioning a little early, but it just means I can sort of figure out where I'm going to be. 983, not touching it beyond there. So we are at 7,500 feet. Ooh, apologies for that. Bumped myself in the face there. 5 minutes to run. This is fine. We're going to be down a minute or two ahead, which is where we want to be, and then I will use my speed control to bring the speed down to about, well, to approach speed, which we'll start hiking out the gear and the flaps and get everything ready for the approach. As we're dropping below 10k, why not? Seatbelt signs already on. Turn all the lights on. There we go. We've now got heading mode on of 287. I would go external, but it'll take me forever to get back inside, so no. Actually, no, I can, because I'll just do that. So, I mean, it's this issue. So we can't go external for the rest of the flight, unfortunately, until we arrive and we're doing the outro. But it's been about an hour and a quarter that we've been flying now. Or since we left the gate in Shannon, I should say. It is just a slow approach into city. That glide stop indication is a bit dodgy, but we'll let it be. I have also realised I don't have my normal London City scenery in, so I'm really hopeful we've actually got some nice scenery, or I'll be very disappointed myself. And I'm now going to roll 10ish degrees left. And as we're approaching City, and it's a very short taxi in, AP1. This is where I work for a living. As per the usual, once we get onto the approach path, we'll go style cockpit. So that means no talking, no gassing, no waffling. There we go. So, what are we doing, please? No, keep it going down. Apologies for that. I mean, it can absolutely slow down, and I appreciate it slowing down for me. We'll do speed brake 1, 2. We'll do flaps 20. And we'll do gear down. So really what I'm doing is I'm sort of going to aim for basically, well, vaguely following that aircraft in front, but more specifically just going to manoeuvre in there. Flap 3. Slightly overspeeding the flap, but shush. We've got 1,500 feet left to descend. So about 30 seconds. Or so, quick correction, about a minute. Cool, radar alive. And we'll now start our roll into final. We're flaps full, we're gear down. Auto brakes set to medium, because that's the maximum we can take for an arrival. And speed brakes, so it wants us to arm them, but we can't because we need them for our arrival. Cool, I'm actually going to put them away now. And arm. There we go. So it's going to put the nose down. And we'll keep turning in. Arm approach mode, keep turning. Onto about a heading of 100 as we whiz around the approach. I may line this up quite perfectly actually. Oh god, what this aeroplane is doing is making me a little bit sick, a little bit queasy. Not 106 knots, anything but 106 knots please. 140 knots, give it all the beans. Okay, Emily has the aeroplane. No, that's not simulated. Oh, that was some good flying right there. That was some excellent flying on my part. Hang on, pause. This is paused, I promise. Pause, I said. Pause, damn you, you wench. So, 2 DME, 1,200 feet, so about 500 feet too low. Wonderful. Continue landing. These engines just don't engine. Airfield in sight. My god, this is sketchy. So it's not simulating the 5.5 degree approach path. Because I'm at about that now. The wipers would be great, but right, I'm ignoring that dash 8. And Briar then. Whew. That was a bit of spice, and all things nice. You turn around at the end here, but yeah, so you saw my arrival there. That was very, I believe, what they would call energetic. Yeah, I don't have the steering, which is a very real shame. But the weather was that bad. So what were the issues there? So yeah, the approach path here is substantially steeper than it is at most airports. That's why it's an A318 that they bring in here, not an A319. A318 is the biggest aircraft qualified to fly out of this airfield. However, apologies. So, however, obviously this aircraft wasn't properly equipped for it, but we dealt with it because we're pretty good at our jobs like that. Yes, so the glide path. Come on. So I'm just gonna. I'll get us back on the runway, then I'll find the actual. I should have taken it missed, to be honest with you, but I'm quite glad I didn't, because actually that was some seat of the pants flying. We got below the glide path because the aircraft just refused to hold it. But I should have taken it over soon. I absolutely should have. But like, if the Phoenix can handle following instructions, so can the Latin VFR, right? In theory. It's probably the last time I actually fly this aircraft because it's not very good. But I do sort of quite like what we were able to show today and enjoy, and just see a bit of a different side to the Airbus operation that we wouldn't normally get to enjoy. And I was supposed to do an A300 video and an A310, but I'll probably do those towards the end because I'm not that much of a mega fan. I don't understand why this thing's refusing to turn. No, seriously, please turn. forwarding now. But I do absolutely love the city airport. It's a fun little airport to visit, and gives quite a few challenges to compare to what we'd normally get to visit in the sim as well. So boom, 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 boom. That's all set up. Perfect. Perfection. Oh, that's fun. I want to go with that one there. So I've selected that. Select. None required. Handling by London City. Marshal has been dispatched. But yes, so there was an interesting... It was Rory Sutherland, I'm going to say his name is? No, that's an actor. He's some sort of marketing guy. Does a lot of marketing videos for YouTube Shorts. Genuinely really interesting stuff. And you're saying basically one of the reasons he thinks this flopped is if, you know, the kind of people who are using this aren't booking their own flights. Now, if you are booking flights for your manager or your boss, and it's sort of gone a bit wrong at City, wonderful, the AI's parked there. Hang on, I'll clear my stand here. And it's gone wrong. They're going to shout and you go, why am I at City and not at Heathrow? And it has the really, it's sort of a really valid way to look at it, actually. You know what, we'll just go to the next stand up. I don't really care enough. A change park and... There we go. They moved across one stand to take care of us. Now that we're entering stand, nose lights off, strobe lights off. Give ourselves a bit more room to line up here. Marshal has just decided to be invisible. Right, because I can't actually get marshalling instructions here.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
Just warp me there. Warp. Well, you parked me. Park brake set. 2, 1, off. Everything's going off. Screens go, well, that's going to go off. Beacons now go off. And wipers go off because we're stationary, we don't care about the windscreen anymore. And let's watch, I see the disembarkation.
The boarding requested.
So that took us, what, about an hour and a half? But that was pretty fun. That was something a bit different. Like I say, I do really enjoy visiting City Airport because you just do so much different stuff here. I think the doors should self-open, but just in case they don't, home. I need to go plug that in at some point. Right, I've got no idea how to actually open the doors on this thing, so we're just going to leave it. But yeah,
bus is coming.
Thank you all so very much for watching, folks. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Oh, that's a bit weird, bit bugged. But that spinning around thing, that's a random effect. But GSX is bugged, but aside from that, that was really good fun. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.